everybody, TGIF. Welcome to Fridays with Flora. Today's episode is going to be short, sweet, and super easy, and really, really fun. So I spent the morning having a blast getting a walk-in at Humboldt Park, my favorite place. And then I did some thrifting for the garden, which is a really fun and creative thing to do, especially if you're feeling, I don't know, kind of stuck and sort of creatively blocked. Sometimes it's fun to go antiquing or thrift store shopping and just, I don't know, look around, see what's what. And especially for the garden, you can find some really great things for really cheap and make it look like you're spending a lot of money in your garden. So today, we are going to make bird baths. I discovered as I've been putting things out that my little bird bath for my shade garden is cracked. So the birds aren't going to get any water from me unless I get a new bird bath for them. So really easy to do is to use old large bowls. Something as beautiful as this. Isn't this beautiful? I have to say one of my guilty pleasures is going thrift shopping and just looking at all of the pottery and the bowls. Like I don't have enough space in the world to like collect and have all the plates and bowls that I love over there, especially like the vintage china. So beautiful. So I always try and find ways to, bring them to the house, but use them because, how many bowls do you really need? But this would make a really great smallish bird bath. So there's a couple ways to create a base with these bowls. This is a smaller bowl. I also scored a bigger one to make a bigger bird bath, and you can go bigger from here. If you find a really big platter, it'd be really great. So you can either choose to just use them straight up like this. You can also choose to seal them with I would use tile sealant, like for when I make mosaics, to give them a little bit of protection from water as well as UV rays. So that is a concern, like this beautiful pattern might eventually fade because of the sun. However, I'm not going to seal these because I don't want the birds to ingest any funky chemicals. So I'm just gonna let them be. This was like $6, and if it fades in 3-4 years, okay, I'll get something new. It's not a deal breaker, you know what I mean? But you can do some research and see if there's some greener products out there that will help seal this from UV rays and is a little bit more of a natural product, not, that won't leach into the water and thus the birds. I'm not sure if there's anything out there. I thought I saw a couple things, but in my research, but it didn't look like the right thing for this. If you run across something that would work, please mention it in the comments below and share with the community. The community would love it. So, okay, so that's first things first. If I were you, I'd seal it first before I do anything else, if you're gonna do it. Secondly, you need a base. So for this little guy, I found a really big, long container vase. Sorry for the noise, guys. It's the city. What can I do? So anyway, this thing is about 1.5 feet. So it's going to raise our bird bath up. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So you can see this coloring is really, really nice. It's got that terracotta color at the bottom, which pulls a lot of the terracotta from the inside. So because I'm going to glue this together so that it's going to be one piece and will be solid. And the way to do that is use what I sometimes use for mosaics, which is professional tile adhesive. So when you're going from ceramic to ceramic, that's what I use. And what I like to do is get some sandpaper, really, really rough grit. This isn't going to need anything because this is actually, it's kind of interesting. This vase is made in France. I got it for $6 and this thing was from France. Isn't that amazing? So it's a beautiful vase. But this piece right here, like really, these mechanics are being so obnoxious right now. Nice, okay. This is it's all natural. It's not glazed at all. So it's very, very porous, which will be awesome as I adhere the top on. This, however, other than a little bit of an unglazed area here, this is glazed. So what I'm going to do is rough this up a little bit. So this tile adhesive needs about 24 hours of drying time, and in 60-degree or above. So you don't want to keep this out where it's cool. Otherwise it won't dry and cure. So I just kind of pretend I'm frosting a cake. That's it. Gently press down and be sure that you're centered. You can kind of use your fingers to make sure, because there's a little edge to the bottom. That's it. Put it on a flat surface and let it sit for 24 hours and you're good to go. Isn't that incredible? $12, and look at this thing. Looks like $100. I'm gonna put it in the shade garden. It's gonna look so cute. Okay, but we're not done yet. This other bigger one, right? So you can go really, really big. So this is nice and big. It's, I don't know. It's about 1.5 feet in diameter. But you can go even bigger, you know, really make a statement if you find a really cool platter. And to support something that large, we look to thrifting for round table bases. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So pretend this is even bigger, okay? Really big, like you're making a statement. What you can do is you can find an old table. This is an IKEA table, like a round IKEA table. And you don't need, I'm just showing you as an example, this is actually my mosaic table, so I'm not gonna take the top off. But usually these kinds of tables, you can unscrew this, or they have just a wire round frame that holds like a glass top or a wood top or something like that. And usually you can find these at thrift stores like for $5. I wasn't able to find any today. I was a little disappointed because I really wanted to show you how this works. But so what's nice is when you turn these things upside down, the frame gives you a really nice base, and you can dig it into the ground to make it really strong, especially if you have that nice big round platter that you're putting here. And all you need to do is set it here. Now granted, this is not, I mean, it actually looks kind of cute, but the idea would be that it would be even bigger and sit up higher. So you dig this into the ground, cover it with some leaves, or even just some ground cover can eventually just sort of cover it up. And then you put your bowl up here and you have a beautiful bird bath. I would grab some silicone glue, which if you've watched some of my mosaic videos, I use a lot of when I'm gluing ceramic tiles to metal. Metal is not as porous as other tile or stone, so silicone is a really good glue to do that with. So if you're concerned, what you do is you would hit the points where the plate is sitting with some silicone glue, and then put the plate down on it and let it set and cure, and you're good to go. Now, using ceramic bowls for bird baths, I just want to highlight in areas that have 4 seasons and freeze, you got to bring them inside. So what I'm going to be doing with this guy, and another trick you can do at home, if you've got an old plant stand, like that. Boom, bird bath. How easy was that? Pretty darn easy. So if you want, now I don't know if this is gonna work, but ideally you can have that same theory with the table and do the same thing. But that's, works that way too. And the base is strong because it's round and it sits in the ground. So you could do that too. Either way. Actually, that looks pretty neat. I might do that. But you need to support it. So silicone glue. I'd hit the points right here with silicone, let it set, all set. So that's a nice bird bath. And you know what's cool too, now this is a shorter plant stand, but you can get one of those taller ones and really get the bird bath up high in your garden. So that's another way to go. So when you're at the thrift store, just, keep your mind open and be creative on, can you turn things upside down? Can you convert one thing to another thing? Is it something interesting that can hold dirt and flowers as long as you drill holes in it for drainage? And then you got something really cool, which reminds me, before I say goodbye, I have to show you what I found today. I'm so excited. Sit tight. Okay. Look at this thing. It's a beast. It's super heavy. It's metal. Look at how ornate it is. Do you see that? It's really weird. This side has got wear and tear, almost as if someone put some brown wax on it. And then the other side is really clean and pretty. But it doesn't have drainage holes, so I have to get a drill bit that can get through metal. My husband's got one of those. He's got everything. Anyway, it's heavy. Now, I found it and I was like, it's $16, which in thrifting land, okay, it's kind of pricey. But I've also learned that if you see something at a thrift store, it's really unique and different, and you don't get it, it will haunt you. I'm still thinking about that $10 bird cage I saw from 10 years ago, which would have been really pretty with like lots of cool flowers inside. It was really cool. It was like a Victorian giant bird cage for $10. Should have gotten it. Anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, but since then, if I see something, I get it. So this is gonna be really cool in the garden, and I'm super excited. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. It was really fun, really easy. And have some fun, get ready for gardening time. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting some crafts done. What am I doing in the garden? You're probably, let's talk about what we should be doing in the garden. Well, I'm gonna be starting clean out a little bit this weekend, a little bit more next weekend. I've been waiting. I urged everybody to wait till you get a good round of 55-degree weather, which was actually a few weeks ago. So when you know that all the critters that have been overwintering in your yard have left, which is a week of 55-degree weather, then you can clean out, get all the debris, the leaves out, then you can mulch, then you can prune hard. Up until then, I would prune light and prune high. About the bulk of our bees, I was going to try to throw out a number, but I don't want to be getting yelled at by our community, so I'm not going to throw out a number that I'm not sure of. But the bulk of our bees are actually, they nest in the ground or they nest in tree branches and shrub branches. So if you consider that, just know you've got to wait till they leave. Otherwise, you're really damaging the population of the bees in your area. So anyway, that's all we're doing. We're doing clean out. I've ordered a lot of plants online for pickup in the next few weeks with a few Wild Ones organizations. Support your local nurseries, especially the ones that carry natives. And doing a lot of garden planting. So that's really what I'm up to. I already planted my native seeds. I hope you have too. They're coming up right now. Yeah, that's about it. The big planting is going to be happening weekend of Mother's Day and after, so just coming up. Happy Mother's Day, moms. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. See you in a couple weeks. Bye.